So in case you're wondering, how did we manage in our own social currency to avoid inflation? Well, that's a very good question, and I'm glad you asked, because that was a great move we did this year, because we had a problem. And the problem is this. Our currency, the Sabia, is pegged to the euro. It's 1-1 with the euro, but this is not a peg in reality. We don't have any euros guaranteeing the exchange from Sabias to euros or vice versa. You cannot buy the Sabia with euros to the ones that create it, which are us, the organization. Well, so this year, the euro lost 10% of the value of the euro. And that means that the prices went up by roughly 10%. So what does it mean? Well, as long as we try to keep the value of our social currency 1-1 with the euro, the same as the euro, if the euro has inflation, then the Sabia has it too. That's the problem. All the prices went up, and people have the same Sabias, so they had a loss in purchasing power. So first things first, how do we manage to have this parity between the euro and the Sabia without euros behind it, backing it up? Well, this is done mainly by controlling the amount of Sabias that we create and making it proportional to the real amount of goods and services that we as a community are offering in exchange for Sabias. So the more people join the community and offer stuff, the more Sabias we can create and put into circulation, keeping this kind of value stable. This is a reference, and we try to stabilize the value around it. And it's quite easy, because if we create too much Sabias, then people will put different prices in euros and in Sabias. If we do this right and we manage to have the right amount of Sabias in circulation, then the prices of euros or Sabias of the same things will be the same. And that allows us for maybe charging 50% in euros, 50% in Sabias, which is very handy for businesses and so on. So that's the first thing you gotta know. By controlling the amount of Sabias that we put into circulation, mostly we control the increases. We cannot take Sabias out of circulation. This is a problem, of course. If the community goes down, the Sabia will lose purchasing power, and we don't have much to do but to try to increase the community again, the size of the community and the amount of things we offer. But I'm sorry if I went from the branches of the tree, but allow me to talk how we avoid inflation. Well, the amount of goods and services that we are offering the Sabia remained mostly the same, but the euro has lost 10% of the value. So what we could do, and we did actually, was to create 10% of the Sabias that we had created already. Imagine, if we had 1,000 Sabias around, we created 100 more, and we distribute them in proportion to each user balance. If you had 50 Sabias, then you receive 5 Sabias. If you had 200, you receive 20 Sabias. You receive the 10% of what you had. So in reality, the prices went up, but the amount of Sabias that people had went up as well. So we are using then the capacity to create money to serve the interest of the people. We prefer to have a stable value over time than anything else, and we are ready to commit monetary creation to this aim. This is the main purpose of monetary creation in our project. When the community increases, yes, we can create more Sabias, and this is a very good opportunity to decide how do we put them into circulation. But in this case, if prices rise, we just create more Sabias and redistribute them according to each user's balance. So that's a very interesting move, that every currency that is not created out of debt, as us, we are not created out of debt. We are fiat money. We are like the currency of the state in this sense. We just put some numbers in the computer, boom, and there they are. And so currencies that are not backed in euros and are not backed in anything else than the community accepting it as a means of payment can do these kind of tricks, and they are very interesting. I am aware that now people understand that, oh yes, having Sabias has some risks because of course someday the community may stop accepting it, but hey, it has some benefits too. You can save money into Sabias, and they don't lose purchasing power. While if you do so with euros, they do lose purchasing power. So there is an interesting tweak in the system to even increase. Well, some of the objectives of the Sabia is to increase awareness of how money works. And in this sense, we are putting there a piece of intelligence very interesting, very important for people to grasp, which is that the loss of or increase of the value of a currency have some variables determining it, and one is the amount of money in circulation, and the power to create money is very important, so you could do something like we did. Hope it's clear. If it's not, just comment it below and I will try to answer all your questions. And thank you for your time. Have a nice day.